Wait, how often do the Spurs and Thunder play?
And they play one more time after this, February 4th in San Antonio. And I'm here for it. Look, I know they played, 3 games over the last 2 to 3 weeks, but it has been much watch TV between these two. And if you are listening to both sides, they like to kind of downplay and saying, look, it's not a rivalry, because I agree with them. A rivalry really starts in the playoffs. Like, they have to face one another in the playoffs and then continue to play multiple times. But it feels like it's a playoff type series because they've gone against each other 3 times over the last 2.5 weeks, with the Spurs winning all 3. So tonight, again, I think even though they're the champs, this means more to OKC. And they've had the best record all season. They got off to an unbelievable start, 24-1. But since then, since the Spurs, they haven't played championship-like basketball. So tonight is, to me, in my opinion, a bigger game for the champs because they kind of want to send a message.
It's probably an obvious answer, but I'll ask it just to get you on record. If you were buying these 2 stocks, San Antonio or OKC, which one?
I'm still going with OKC because they're a proven commodity.
Okay.
I've seen what they've done under duress. I've seen what they've done over a long stretch. I've seen what they've done in Game 7s, both against Denver and my beloved Pacers. So I think there's more of a track record with the Thunder. As much as I love what the Spurs have done, it's unproven. And case in point, just their last time out on the road in Minnesota, you're up 18 plus, you're up 13 with about 3 to 4 minutes to go, and you lose the ball game. Those are games that you have to win. You should win. You're the second best team in the Western Conference behind these Thunder. You've got to win games like that. So if you want to be taken serious, you can't let up on the gas, and you got to finish games like that.
The Lakers put a patch on their jerseys commemorating LeBron's 23rd season. Why?
I have no idea. That's odd. I mean, maybe it's a pat on the back. Or maybe they're signifying, this is it, King.
Do you think it is?
I don't think so. I don't. The way he plays, again, he's not the same LeBron that we've seen 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I get that. But he is still a top 30 player, perhaps, and he can still help your team win. He's just not the unquestioned number 1, or maybe number 2 on that team if Austin Reeves is healthy. But I mean, that's a nice pat on the back by the Lakers to put a patch on their jersey.
Why don't they put it on the back? Then it'll be a patch on the back. Okay. Todd, are you kidding me?
I like that a lot. I was quietly applauding in my head. That was very clever.
Reggie is a patch on the back. Yeah, it was just kind of like, okay, we're commemorating 23 years. But does he want to continue to play this way? Like, we always talk about, do you want to go out a certain way? Like Aaron Rodgers last night or Travis Kelce. How does LeBron want to go out?
Look, I will say it like this. The greatest last game that I ever saw was Kobe Bryant's, when he dropped, I believe it was 61 versus the Utah Jazz. That was the best closing game I may have ever seen. And every aging superstar wants to have a go-out game like that. Not that saying that this is LeBron's last season. But I think he wants to have an opportunity, a shot at competing at one more championship. Is this Lakers team built for that? Time will tell us that. I think defensively, they're not quite there yet. And I think LeBron just wants another shot, another opportunity to play for that ring. But the way they're built is going to be very difficult in the Western Conference.
Yeah, but the Lakers are terrible defensively. You called out Luka. If your best player can't play or doesn't want to play defense, that doesn't bode well.
But I just can't. What he does off the court is almost as big as what he does on the court. And he has so many connections to the Hollywood arena. I just can't see him leaving the Lakers unless maybe one of his old teams come calling, like the Cavaliers, and saying, look, we have all this talent here. We just don't have a guy that knows how to assemble the locker room and get these guys to play the right way. Could I see LeBron going home to Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell, with Evan? I don't know. Possibly. But that wouldn't be a bad team to go back and try to win another championship with.
Can you see LeBron, once the NBA does expansion, and if they put a team in Vegas, if you're the commissioner, do you kind of lean towards LeBron and an investment group that you would want to keep him in the NBA?
I think so. Why not? And especially because he wants to be a part of it. I mean, we kind of saw that with Jordan in Charlotte, right? At one point, he was like half co-owner there, and then eventually bought out. I believe it was Bob Johnson. Was that the owner of BT?
Yeah.
Bought out Mr. Johnson to be the controlling interest of the Bobcats, Hornets, whatever you want to call them. I think the same could be said for LeBron. To have LeBron and his knowledge, think about this, 23 years. I mean, he's seen everything and how the game has changed. Why wouldn't you want to have his fingerprints on a team and building a team, bringing, especially to Vegas?
Yeah,
absolutely. If I'm the commissioner, but again, there will be a lot of bidders for that. The way that these sports teams and what they're going for, there'll be a lot of bidders. But I would love to have LeBron James still a part of this game after he retires.
Talking to Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer. He's got the Spurs in OKC tonight at 8 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. James Harden is now the 9th leading scorer in the history of the NBA.
Wow.
But I don't know how we're going to remember him. And what I brought up is he did change the game with the step-back jumper that everybody said he's traveling, and now everybody does it, and it's apparently not traveling. What should
it is traveling. They just get away with it.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. Fair. The commissioner told me that it was not traveling, so I was taking, just like they're not carrying the basketball either. But I'm going to remember James Harden probably more for the step-back jumper than I am anything else, and I don't know if I'm being fair to him.
Look, that's a ton of points. Congratulations. If you are in the top 10, if you are in the top 25 of scoring in the NBA, that's an unbelievable and hell of a career. But top 10, we are talking about rooms and levels that only certain people get to. And you've got to have, number one, a game to get you there, but you've got to be healthy and you've got to have luck to get you there. And you've got to be on successful teams where you were the man, where he came off the bench for this Thunder team, went to Houston, and really that's where he made his name. That's where he became a bona fide superstar. And then he's had trips elsewhere to Brooklyn and to Philadelphia, and now he's back home in Los Angeles. Shaq was known for power and brute force and all those points of being dominating. I think I'll remember James Harden. Number one, the step back is great. I think a lot of people will probably head roll because his playoff record is not great. And people will say he kind of shrank when the lights got the brightest. But he still has chapters to write. And that's the beauty of this game, is that he's not finished yet. And the way the Clippers are starting to rebound now, remember they got off to that 6-21 start, and now Kawhi and James Harden and Zubats, they're starting to figure it out and make a push, and can be one of those scary teams at the bottom of that Western Conference.
Okay.
They would be a hard out. I'm not saying they can win, but that's a hard out to go against Kawhi and James Harden.
Would you rather have the career of Russell Westbrook Jr. the third or James Harden?
Oh, God. You can't have them both. Both are MVPs.
Nope.
Both are first ballot Hall of Famers.
Nope. You got to pick.
God, how do you pick that? They're almost one and the same. I'm going to go with the guy that's in the top 10 in scoring. I would go with James Harden.
But Russ is going to be up there all-time stats, too.
I mean, triple-double, 2.5 years? Averaging? I mean, that's almost unheard of.
Rebounds and assists for guards? I mean...
Look, you can't go wrong.
Who would you want as your teammate?
The way I play?
You don't want Harden.
The way I play? I would probably go with Russ as my teammate. Yes.
What about...
Because you're not going to find very many guards that do what Russ does, the sacrifice he makes on his body. When you're rebounding like that, it's a different gene. It's a different mindset.
I had Bill Cowher on last hour, and we were talking about when guys came over to date his three daughters, and he treated them like they were players on the Steelers. Like, these are the things I tell my players. This is what I'm going to tell you about dating my daughter. Your kids are what, 9 and 5? Now, you got a little bit of time before you have...
I got a lot of time, but you're scaring me with what's coming, getting ready to come out your mouth, because I am not ready for it. And I know you've got a house full of beautiful young ladies as well. And I already told my wife 2 things: have the lawyer's number on speed dial, and I'm not playing. I'm serious about this. I'm just not playing when it comes to my girls, and nothing will ever be good enough for them. That's just how I feel. And any misstep, Dad is stepping in. And if you like it, I'm not playing with it. I'm not. Have the lawyer's number on speed dial.
You'll be better as they get older. Trust. I was right there with you, and then all of a sudden you trust them, you raise them right, and you want them to make the right decisions. That's the biggest thing. But it's tough.
I hope I'm laying a great foundation for them to see how I interact with Mom and how we treat one another. That's key. That's big. But also, too, in today's age of all these damn documentaries and scary, it's just the world is too volatile for me to handle right now. And I'm just telling you, Theodore, for all you young boys, don't come half-stepping, because I am not playing. I'm not playing. I've lived a great life. I don't care about going into the pokey. I don't care.
You're going to do time. Care. You're willing to do time.
I'm willing to do time. I don't care.
Oh, you'll be soft.
And brothers that are willing to do the same.
I got you 26th on the all-time scoring list.
I'm just outside.
I know. You're not going to stay there, though.
Is there any way I can come back? Well, how many points am I behind 25?
I don't. Marvin, would you check?
How many points am I behind 25? If it's a year's worth.
No. So you're pretty close to Alex English. You're at 25,279. Alex English is at 25,613.
That is that's like 35 games?
Yes, Marvin.
That's a night at the Garden for Reggie.
Whoa! It'd be a great story if you came out of retirement.
Not happening. Hey, but I saw you talking earlier about Aaron Rodgers, and I hope this isn't it. You're talking about LeBron and the patch on the back, whatever. He doesn't want to go on how last night unfolded.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee it's any better next year, Reg.
I know, but you kind of want to script how it ends. And
did you script how it ended?
Yes, how I ended in my losses to the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs. I couldn't have asked for a better script. Thank you, Larry Brown. The timeouts, so the fans, it happened at home, them defeating us. I believe it was in game 6 or something. And the timeout by Carlisle, the extra timeout by Larry Brown, the Pistons walking over to our side of the floor in the stand. Yes, it was unscripted, but it was scripted well. That's how I went out. I made the playoffs. I gave everything I got. Last night was not Aaron Rodgers' best because we've seen him at the very high of his game. And I just hope this isn't it.
But did you have to retire?
I didn't have to retire.
But why?
The game was changing. It was getting younger. And again, I retired when I was 39. Aaron Rodgers is 41. And some of those hits he was taking, I felt it watching the game from the steakhouse. I was like, you feel that when the older you get, every bumps and bruise you feel. And every day trying to get up and go to practice and training camp, it just takes a toll on your body the older you get. So that's why I applaud James Harden, LeBron, Russell, these guys, Stephen Curry. These guys are getting long in the tooth. And trust me when I tell you this, they feel it. You feel it.